Hello students, so now to part 3. Let's talk about speed, right? So for this type of question, my first recommendation is please do not be stingy about sketching the diagram. Sketching the diagram helps, really do, right? I do know that some students are, a bit resistant when it comes to sketching diagram. Don't be, right? It gives a lot of clarity to the question. So let's try, right? So we have 2 points L and N. They are 160 meters apart. And M lies on the straight line joining L and N. So what it means is that I sketch my diagram. It looks something like this. I have a journey. I have L and it goes to N, right? And somewhere in between is M. Now, the thing is I do not need to draw to scale, right? No need to be to scale. But so just to help me to visualize. Now, the entire distance is 160 meters. That's the distance. Okay. What other information do we have? We know that from L to M, it travels at the average speed of 10 meters per second. So I'm going to put it down. And it takes 6 seconds. And then from M to N, it goes 25 meters per second. But I do not know the time taken. So from here, we can see what is the information we have missing already, right? So we probably need to find that piece of information. True enough, the question says find the average speed of the object for its entire journey from L to M. N. So we know that the average speed is total distance divided by total time. We already have the total distance. We don't have the total time because we don't know the time from M to N. So we need to find that, right? So what can we do? Now, first thing is we can find the distance from L to M, right? This will be 10 meters per second times 6 seconds, which gives us 60 meters, right? Therefore, distance from M to N will be equals to 160 minus 60, 100 meters. Okay, so from here we can find the time, right? So time taken from M to N is going to be 100 meters over 25 meters per second, which gives us 4 seconds. Now we have all the information we need, right? This is 4 seconds. So from here, okay, we can find the average speed. Average speed equals to total distance, which is 160 meters, over total time, which is 6 seconds plus 4 seconds. That will give us 16 meters per second. See, if we sketch a diagram, everything is very clear, right? So let's move on to the next one. Next one, we have a car travel the first 50 kilometers of its journey at average speed of 25, and the next 120. So same thing, right? I can just sketch a diagram, right? So down here, we have 50 kilometers here, and the average speed is 25 meters per second. And then for the second half of the journey, which is 120 kilometer, it goes 80 kilometers per hour. Let's put it back, per hour. The car completes the last part of its journey at average speed. Oh, there's one more part. Okay, so let's break it down. There's one more part. The last part here is, do we know the distance? We don't know the distance, but we know the speed is 90 kilometers per hour. And the time taken, we do know, right? The 35 minutes. So yeah, so from here we can see, right? So same thing, what we need is the total distance and the total time, right? So we can, this is the first part of the journey, second part of the journey, third part of the journey. Okay, so with this information, we can go ahead and try to find the information we need. Let's settle the distance, right? So distance for last part is going to be 90 kilometers per hour times, now 35 minutes is 35 over 60 hours, right? So we work this one out, that will be 52.5 kilometers. Just use a calculator, right? So we can even record it down, right? So this is 52.5 kilometers. Okay, now next we need the total time. Total time, so we need to find the time for the first part and the time for the second part. So time taken for first part, right, is going to be 50 kilometer divide by 25 meters per second. Now here's the thing, right? 25 meters per second, we need to be able to convert 25 meters per second into kilometers per hour so that we have consistent units. So how do we do that? Well, this is 25 meters. Let me write down. 25 meters, right? You can think of it as 25 meters over 1 second, right? So you can think of it this way. So if you think of it this way, then 25 meters is actually 0.02. How many zeros? Let me count. 0. Where's my calculator? Calculator. 0.025 kilometer, right? And then of course 1 second is actually 1/3600 hours. Okay, so you take our calculator, press it, we will press it carefully, you should obtain 5/9 hours. So we can record it down. This is 5/9 hours. And then for the second part of the journey, right, time taken for next part, right? Okay, let's write it here. So same, we have 120 kilometer divided by 80 kilometer per hour. This time round, no units change is needed. So this will be 1.5 hours. Got it, right? I can write down. This is 1.5 hours. So we have all the information we need now. Therefore, right, average speed is equals to total distance 50 plus 120 plus 52.5 kilometer divided by total time, which is 5/9 hours plus 1.5 hours plus 35/60 hours. Press our calculator carefully. We should get 84.3 kilometer per hour, 3 SF. Okay, right. Next example. Is that a final one? No, 2 more, right? Next example, 2 points, A and B are x meters apart. C lies on a straight line joining A and B, such that the ratio of the length AC to CB is 2/3. So once again, it's a good idea to just sketch, right? So we have 3 points here, A, B, and then somewhere in between there's C, and the ratio is 2:3, right? So which means this is the whole thing is x, which means this will be 2/5 x, right? And this will be 3/5 x. This will be the distance, meters, correct? So we add them up together, the total is actually x meters, and the ratio is 2:3. So it makes sense. Okay, so we got the distance. What other information we have? An object travels from A to C in half a minute. So A to C is half a minute. Let's write down half a minute. And C to B, from C to B, we don't have the time, we have the speed. So it's 30 meters per second, right? So find an expression for the time taken for the object to travel from C to B. So for part 1, right, time taken from C to B is equals to 3/5x, right, divide by 30, okay, which gives us x over 50. This is meters divided by meters per second, so this is in seconds, right? Okay, part 2, the average speed of the object for the entire journey. So average speed, we need the total distance divided by total time. Therefore, the average speed is going to be x, right, x meters over total time is, what do we have here? We have half plus x over 50, right? This will be seconds. Okay, So this will be x divided by half. Now half is actually 25 over 50. So this is actually 26. Sorry, not 25. 25 over 50. So 25 plus x over 50, right? Which simplifies to 50x over x plus 25. Is it 25? Oh, apologies, right? Because this is in minutes we want, and this is in seconds. So what happened is this one is actually 30 seconds, right? Half a minute is 30 seconds. So let's update. Yeah, that's why as I was doing it, I got a feeling that something is wrong. Well, sometimes you need your spider sense, huh? So you work this one out. 30 is actually 1500 over 50, right? Plus x over 50. So this will end up as 50x over 1500 plus x. And the units is meters per second. Okay, right. One more example. The speed limit on a certain expressway is 90 km per hour. So we want to write the speed limit in meters per minute. So we can do that, right? So let's see. 90 km per hour is actually 90 km over 1 hour, which is 90,000 meters over 60 minutes. And that will end up as 1500 meters per minute. Okay, part 2. Imran drives along the expressway for a distance of 4,200 meters. What is the least time he will take if he does not exceed the speed limit? That means he's traveling at the speed limit, right? But we want the answer in seconds, so we need to do some conversion later. No problem, we can do that, but let's find the time taken. So the time taken will be the distance divided by the speed limit. Okay, so you work this one out, this will be actually 2.8 minutes, right? So 2.8 minutes we multiply by 60, which is 168 seconds. Okay, so that's the questions that I asked you to try. I